Let's talk about those WWE releases. The latest WWE releases. It's the most worrisome time of the year. When they do they spring cleaning and nobody's meaning and her hair. But no, all jokes aside though, it's no joke getting your job taken from you. Definitely a job you like or your dream job, your career. That sucks. And it's unfortunate. I wish all these people the best, whether I was fans of them or not. They are people at the end of the day. Of course, the most shocking one is Braun Strowman, because I'm like, damn. I thought Braun Strowman was on a roll. He just put over Bronson Reed. He elevated him. I still thought it was laughable that you try to sell Jacob Fatu like he's just as big as Braun Strowman or something. But it is what it is. He was there to make Jacob Fatu look incredible, right? So I thought for sure, he could have stayed, but it's one of those things where it doesn't matter who you are. I mean, hell, it was crazy back in the day. That was 2022 or some shit when he got released with Bray Wyatt and all these other people. That was just like, wow. I know this is kind of old, but Alessia Lopez, I didn't mention her in my last release videos, but not the fact that she did anything to begin with. But like I said, even if I'm not a fan, it's unfortunate to see anybody lose their jobs. It's not a joke. To have your income just, shattered and completely stopped. That's why I suggest, even if you work in a 9-to-5, always have side hustles. I learned the hard way. So I got a couple of side hustles. Dakota Kai was kind of a shocking one a little bit. For me, I thought she for sure was going to stick around and do some things, because now we have a mid-card women's title. I thought for sure a lot of women will have places, and I thought Dakota Kai, the way things was going, I thought for sure she was up next after Live Valkyria. She already got a little rivalry with Live Valkyria, but it's one of those things, man. It is what it is. It's unfortunate. Shayna Baszler. I did not know Shayna Baszler was up to age. Shows she take care of herself, because she can still pass as like a 35-year-old or something. But Shayna Baszler, man, they dropped the ball with her years ago. Seriously. They had a chance to make another Asuka type of girl where she's got that unbeatable demeanor and aura and shit. They really could have did that. And then hearing that Becky Lynch was really clamoring for her to win, because Becky Lynch understood business, that why not make another top girl? You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate with Shayna Baszler. She's done what she can do, but I just thought Shayna Baszler should have been just like Asuka. Somebody that's always right there on top, always got a championship. Asuka always is never empty-handed throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? When she come back, she's probably going to be champ again. She's probably going to be tag team champion. She might be United States champ. She always never empty-handed. And I thought Shayna Baszler, hell, I thought Ember Moon. It was a few people I thought was going to be like Asuka. But it's unfortunate. This one was kind of a little bit shocking for me. Even though these girls was just kind of just there, just stuck in a dead division. No fault of their own. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. They were they felt like the Usos back in 2010, 2011. I don't know if anybody remember that. Where the tag team division was so dead. Primo and Epico was tag team champs at this time. That's how you know how bad it was. And then they had a plethora of so many mismatched teams. Good Lord, 2010, 11, 12 was horrible years for the tag team division. Even before that, because WWE never really cared about the tag team division after the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, really. where they just stopped giving a fuck about it. But in the women's division, the titles didn't mean shit after Sasha Banks and Bailey lost. What I forgot what year that even was, but this division been dead. But I thought these two had a actual old school tag team feel about them. They dressed alike. They had a they never really got enough time to really give them identity. They were just two pretty girls, especially Kate and Carter, fine ass, but they were just two pretty faces, I guess party girls. But the problem was I've always pointed out in random videos, I'm like, okay, why these girls can never get a tag team name? Nobody in the women's tag team division got tag team names. Why do they think that makes a division like without tag team names, without identity? This is why the tag team division sucks in men's, but especially the women's. This is why it never came to life, because you don't have tag team names. You don't have the tag team setup. A tag team name, they probably dress alike. They have signature tag team moves. They have a tag team personality. That's what's missing in tag team wrestling in general. Besides the Hurt Syndicate, that's why they hurt people, because they have that old school tag team setup. They have a theme, not just their music theme, but they have a theme. You know, Devon, Get the Tables, and APA. They pay. You know, you pay them to kick ass. Edge and Christian. You know, everybody. The Hardys was Daredevils. Everybody had like a moniker. Hurt Syndicate got a moniker. They got something that differentiate them from everybody else, like a classic team. They dress alike. You know what I'm saying? They have a certain color. That's what's wrong with tag team wrestling, period. It's not enough of it. But especially the women's tag team division. But it's unfortunate. I think these girls could end up, you know, I wish them the best. Like I said, you know, regardless if I was a fan or not. Another girl, Cora Jade. And I've always heard different things about Cora Jade. So I can't tell you I've known of Cora Jade to be good or bad or whatever. I'm indifferent with her. I don't really know enough about her. I know she was a CM Punk mark. She probably got into business just to get close to CM Punk, even though that's Braun Breaker's girl. But anywho, I thought the way things was going with her, though, that she had some plans. They had plans for her eventually, but I always knew she always got hurt a lot. Like, she always got hurt, you know, so never really got a chance to really see her work, you know what I'm saying? But I wish her the best. Some of these girls are young, you know. I hear Cora Jade is very young, 26 or so. She got plenty of time. Plenty of time to get better. Plenty of time to reinvent herself. She might not even come back as Cora Jade. She might come back as whatever name she is on the indies or wherever she's at, and she might be way better at this time. But it's still unfortunate, like I said, regardless. Jakara Jackson. See, NXT I'm still not that familiar with. I watch here and there. But Jakara Jackson was with Lash Legend. I thought for sure they were going to get called up and help revamp the tag team division, because they actually had a moniker. They actually had a tag team name. They actually had the tag team setup I was talking about. But I guess I'm not going to be surprised the women's tag team division just completely be disbanded, because there's really no point. They don't put no effort or stock into it. So, I mean, I wouldn't want them to, because it'd be something for the women to do. But at the same time, it is a lot of titles to begin with. You know, but, I mean, there's ways to make it better. And then Oro Mensah, they was both a part of the Metaphor. Like I said, I never really knew anything about this. I didn't even, you know, but it's unfortunate. Hopefully both of them two end up in something great and all that. But Jakara Jackson kind of surprised me, because I thought for sure her and Lash Legend was going to revamp the women's tag team division. I don't know who Javier Bernal or Riley, I don't know who them are, but I wish them the best, really, of whatever they do, future endeavors. You know, if they are 30 or 20 something, but they got plenty of time, man. some people just ain't made for WWE. You know, it is what it is. Uh, Gigi Dolan and Shotzi. Now I'm kind of, I ain't gonna say I'm shocked because I never really got to dive into Gigi Dolan's work or Shotzi. Be honest with you, the video games really introduced me to them. Be really real with you. I maybe only seen maybe 3 matches out of them girls ever, so I can't really tell you what was great about them or what was bad about them. I just know Gigi Dolan had a very erotic, exotic look to her. Like she had a very marketable look. She looked like she belonged in comic books or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like really pretty as fuck. And then she got a body, yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I didn't really know that much about Shotzi. Besides, Shotzi had all the tattoos. She gave me Ruby Riot vibes. That's really it. But it's kind of just weird with the women's mid card division. You could have used these girls, but I mean, you gotta understand something. The roster is getting bloated, so this is just bound to happen. So wish those girls the best. They will end up doing something, you know, whether it's wrestling or not. Same thing with all these people that was being released. Now this is a team I never really got into as well as NXT Gallus. Now just I got introduced to them with the video game as well, but just off the video game, they gave me like a vibe where they could have been like something on the main roster, you know, eventually. And I thought these guys was probably going to head up to the top. I thought they gave me a vibe, some type of vibe from what I did see. And I just thought like, okay, these guys eventually might do something, you know. But I didn't really get a chance to really know that much about them or to really, you know, dive in and really know anything. So it's unfortunate with those guys as well. Wish them all the best. Danny Palmer, I didn't know who that was. I'd never even seen her in NXT. As far as I know, she was in NXT. So wish her the best. You know. Then Eddie Thorpe. I didn't like Eddie Thorpe at all. But at least Eddie Thorpe kind of had a character that stood out because he kind of did the Native American thing, which was pretty controversial in today's time, how sensitive everybody is. When he said that to Alexis King, where he was like, another greedy white man or some shit, you know, I was shocked. Like, wow, he really said it on TV? You know, in the Ruthless Aggression era, we had Muhammad Hassan, so this is nothing, this don't really shock me. It just shocked me of the era we're in that they allowed a character like that. But Eddie Thorpe, he's going to end up somewhere. He got whether I liked him or not, he got something to him because they was pushing him. So they got something to him. But all these people that got released, man, it's just unfortunate. It's a part of the business. Don't take it personally, I would say, for anybody. Fans are the ones taking it personally. You got fans talking about this person should have been fired, this person should be fired. Okay, should you be fired? At the end of the day, these are human beings. These are people, okay? We can be fans. I can joke around and bullshit. Oh, how did this person keep their job? Yeah, I can say that, but at the end of the day, I still got to check myself at the door. Like, okay, stop being a mark. These are people that lost their jobs. Some of these people have families or whatever the case may be, and it got ended like that. You know what I'm saying? So nobody really deserves to lose their job. But in that business, in that type of business where it's almost like an independent contractor where you have to put in the work to get the sale, if you're not putting in the work to get those sales, well, you have to get released. And then, you know, some of these are budget cuts. Obviously, whoever's getting paid the most or is getting paid a lot and they don't have nothing for them, it doesn't make sense to keep them around and they just collect the money. You know what I'm saying? So this is a different type of business. This ain't a regular 9 to 5. This ain't no regular type of thing. This is a privileged job, what CM Punk would say. You get to travel the world, all these other things. So yeah, it's a different type of atmosphere. It's a different type of animal. And if you're not contributing, if you ain't got nothing, they don't got nothing for you. And then if you don't have nothing for yourself where they have to notice, well, in that business, you have to go, unfortunately. But that's my take on the WWE releases. It's unfortunate, but it's business, and we got more to come. I think they still are probably giving people their eviction notices, and it's going to happen every year or every other year. That's just a part of it. And I knew this was coming. Eventually, people are going to get released because the roster's getting bloated. More people are coming in, and more people are just sitting around. So, all the people that survive this wave of releases, you better find something to do because you might be next. I'm not going to say names. I think we all know who's who. That's just kind of sitting around doing nothing. But like, share, subscribe, dislike, all the good shit. We are out.